Hey guys, Southern Sage. We're going to round out our fourth in our garden series for this week with how to plant in sheet mulch. So for those of you who don't know, sheet mulch means that you take cardboard, lay it out over usually grass, and then put some kind of deep mulch, usually wood chips, on top. Now, optionally, you can put down some kind of fertilizer like compost or manure under the cardboard. If you're dealing with grass this time of year, you should mow it really short first before you lay down the cardboard, or before you lay down compost and then cardboard and then mulch. So this combination creates soil at a rate that is just fairly incredible. I have been super impressed. I had a side-by-side in my last garden with elderberries planted on the same day, one in an area that was sheet mulched with manure, cardboard, and wood chips, and one where it was planted and mulched with wood chips in just regular soil. And the sheet mulched elderberry was literally 5 times the size of the one that was just planted in an existing planting area and mulched. So I am a huge proponent of sheet mulching, especially when you're converting lawn into some kind of food forest perennial planting, something that isn't grass. And so one of the things that comes up then is, how do I put plants in that? Like, I just put cardboard down. So let's take a look at how this works. So here we can see my cardboard. I have pulled aside the wood chips that were here. You can see where I'm slowly turning this area where the logs are going to be the edge of this area of the sunny food forest with some little stick trees started. So the cardboard and mulch are moving in, and here I'm planting wormwood. So we can see little baby wormwood here that I planted a couple of days ago, and now I have the next one ready to go in. So I've pulled back the mulch to expose the cardboard. It's nice and wet and soggy. It got a good rain a little bit ago. I'm gonna take a nice sharp garden trowel and stab some holes so I can make basically a cardboard flap here. And we can see under here that the grass is a little bit bleached and dying, which is exactly what we wanted. So then I'm going to dig in here and make a hole for my plant. And doing this one-handed is a little bit of an adventure, so bear with me. So I've got a spot here. And now I'm going to take this little guy and see if I can manage this one-handed. All right, and he's going to go into that hole. Press him down nice, and we're going to take this guy. And because I don't want to encourage the grass to grow, I'm not putting the grass back in, but I will shake all the native soil off of it. Then I'm going to take my cardboard flap and do my best to put it back around to smother out this other grass here, because I still don't want the grass to grow. And then we're going to take some mulch and very gently push it back around this little baby plant. So the mulch will keep all the moisture in. The soil's still really nice and moist here from the rain we got last week, which is awesome. And I'm going to end up with a little bit of a well because this little wormwood's kind of small. And there we go. Now, if things were a little bit drier, I would also water this guy in a little. Now, the soil under there was almost waterlogged. It was so wet, so I'm not going to do more than that. But normally that would be the last step in planting something. So when you do a sheet mulch, the rule is you plant the trees before you do the sheet mulch because they need bigger holes. But everything else, anything that would go in a little pot like that, you would plant after you do the cardboard and the sheet mulch. And given that I have a few hundred plants coming later this week, I will be doing a lot of this little operation come Friday and Saturday. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you have enjoyed seeing this little baby wormwood find his home, and that you find this conversation on sheet mulch helpful. If you do, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. Thanks. Bye.